to our favorite listeners and viewers, and welcome back to another episode of Fit and Fabulous. I remain your host, Ajani Adenike, and this is the Ordained Radio TV Gospel Ministry. I will bring you end time news, the undiluted word of God, dynamic praise, gospel, and live music, trending health facts, and you are welcome back on another episode, and which is also a series which we've started for some times back. And we are progressing on this series, and we are also here with another guest speaker who is going to take us further on this series. If you missed the first two episodes, you can check the comment section below. And in those two episodes, we talked about the overview of hypertension, and we also talked about the medication, lifestyle management, and side effects of hypertension. So today we'll be progressing into the research work that have been carried out on hypertension, and at this point I'll be introducing our guest to you, and here she is. Of course, actually, so please let's meet you.
Hello everyone, my name is Cherish Ordia and it's a pleasure to be on this show. I am a botanist and pharmacognosist with an ongoing research on hypertension.
Wow, a researcher in the house. So let's get ready with our pen and paper. We are about to get scientific. Okay, so let me just please ease on the old. I know you'll be coming with a lot of grammar and all that. So single people to layman like us that who understand. So please just try to explain it a bit for us. So let's start.
That's right. So I believe that a lot of foundation or groundwork has been laid on hypertension. But we'll be talking about mechanism, some of the mechanisms, pathophysiologies, mechanisms of hypertension.
Okay.
And a major mechanism associated with hypertension is oxidative stress. And this oxidative stress is the cause of so many other diseases apart from hypertension, such as diabetes, cancer, and metabolic disorders and the likes. And this oxidative stress is as a result of imbalance in ROS and the antioxidant defense system in the body. Now you'd ask, what is ROS? ROS is a terminology, an abbreviation for reactive oxygen species.
Okay.
And these oxygen species are as a result of metabolic breakdown in the body, but the body is meant to create like an antioxidant environment to fight against this reactive oxygen species. But when there's an accumulation of this ROS in the body, it will lead to cell damages, tissue damages, and one major consequence, I would say, of this ROS is vasoconstriction. Earlier in previous video we talked about hypertension, the force of the blood going through the vessels being very, very difficult.
Yeah.
And this RS is a major factor of that, in that it constricts the arteries, making blood very difficult to pass through, and consequently leads to hypertension. And some of antihypertensive activities of plants or drugs and all of that is also associated with reduction in this oxidative stress. So this tells us that there's a linkage between oxidative stress and hypertension. So that's one of the although there are different mechanisms, but one of the major mechanisms, number one leading mechanism, is oxidative stress. And also in moving forward, if I may, in the world of pharmacognosy, there are phenomenon known as secondary metabolites, and these secondary metabolites are natural, as in they are produced in plants, and there are various secondary metabolites such as alkaloids, phenols, flavonoids. They are in our fruits and vegetables.
Okay.
And the major secondary metabolites, polyphenols and flavonoids, are research has shown that they have potential to reduce hypertension. And you would ask, where can we find this secondary metabolites, the polyphenols, the flavonoids, such as quercetin and the rest? There is a statement I've come across: if nature don't make it, don't take it.
Right.
So God has designed it in such a way that these things are abundant in things in nature. Things He has created, like our fruits, our vegetables, our legumes, soybeans, all of these healthy foods. So these secondary metabolites are abundant, and they help to serve as antioxidants. I mentioned that oxidative stress is one of the major causes of hypertension, and if we have this and accumulation of this ROS and reduction of the antioxidants in the body is what leads to hypertension. So if we have more of these antioxidants, they help us fight against these reactive oxygen species, that's ROS, and will reduce the likelihood or the chances of hypertension. So I would advise that in our fruits and vegetables we have some of these natural distinguishers. We learn to incorporate more vegetables in our food, learn to eat a lot of fruits. Also, research has also shown that combination supplements of vitamin C, foods with vitamin C, vitamin E, foods that contain carotenoids like your tomatoes, your carrots, and food that contains zinc like avocado, fruits that contain zinc like avocado, a combination of them also help to aid hypertension, reduces the chances or the likelihood of having hypertension.
Okay, before we go on, if you are watching us live right now, you can listen in on our radio website at www.ordinaryytv.com.ng, or you watch us live on Facebook at the Ordinary Radio TV, and please also subscribe to our YouTube channel. So like we said in our previous episode that we had, we learned that hypertension can not actually be cured, but it can be managed. So now bringing in this research work, eating fruits and all that would actually help us to manage this
likelihood.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's just go on, because the lot is. Please, if you have questions, please drop them in the comment section. After this episode, we'll also have a section where we'll answer all of your questions. So let's proceed.
So as a botanist and pharmacognosist, like my emphasis majorly is on medicinal plants. Also, aside the vegetables and fruits and all that we eat, and research has shown that there are some key medicinal plants that are around us that will help to aid to manage, like you said, the issue of hypertension. And one of them is the common zobo leaf.
Really?
Hibiscus sabdarifa, that's the botanical name.
Wow,
if that's not too much. If that's not too much.
Hibiscus leaf. Okay.
So research has shown that this zobo leaf is very essential. Like has very high antihypertensive activity.
Wow.
In reducing both the systolic blood pressure and the diastolic blood pressure. Also, garlic, Allium sativum, is also a very, very vital and important, food that nature has, given us. Also, our soursop is also very good in treating, in managing. Thank you. Hypertension. Also, carrot. I mentioned earlier that carotenoids. Carrots is a major house for carotenoids, and this helps with hypertension. So your carrot, your tomatoes also has carotenoids, which helps to alleviate. Your ginger, your pear, even down to lemongrass and onion, daily onion that we take in the house, also has very high antioxidant activity, which will help to reduce, oxidative stress amongst many others.
You know that on the norms in the average Nigerian homes, we usually make stew with a lot of tomatoes, ginger and onions. I think that is it now that we should keep taking this everyday rice and stew, and for those that are vegetarians, they take tomatoes raw, and I guess all this actually, like you have mentioned, have a lot of health benefits for also. And now we're in the season of carrots. I mean, every bus stop have carrots, so please take a lot of carrots. Yes, a lot of carrots, ginger, garlic. Let's incorporate it into our food, right? Then, which other fruits?
Onions, pear, avocado.
So all those, and like they always say, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So same thing. Taking all this will actually help manage hypertension. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Cherish, for this wonderful section. It's an honor to have you here with us and also discuss this research with us. So we are saying a big thank you to you for having time, because before we got her. So thank you very much for joining us on this episode. And please, like I said earlier, if you have questions, please leave it in the comment section below. We'll take note of it and answer it at the end of this series. We're actually coming to the end of the series, so on our next episode we'll be answering the questions, and we'll also be going over the previous episode, highlighting lessons and points that we need to take over and remind ourselves about. So thank you for joining us on this episode. I'm your host Ajayi Adenike, and we say continue to live healthy, and please have that your pressure checked. Thank you and have a nice day.